Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Harshita H. Today in this video we are going to discuss about a subject called NoSQL database. In that we'll discuss about performance evaluation of Cassandra using NoSQL cluster on AWS. In this we'll explore the presentation performance of three replicated Cassandra using NoSQL cluster deployed in various scenarios on the Amazon Web Services cloud platform. Will analyze the trades-off between the EC2 instance and AWS managed service to determine the optimal deployment of configuration. So let's see the introduction to Cassandra and AWS. Cassandra distributed NoSQL database. Cassandra is a highly scalable, available, and fault-tolerant distributed database known for its ability to handle large amounts of data and high write throughput. AWS, leading cloud computing platform. Amazon Web Services, that is AWS, provides a comprehensive suite of cloud computing services including compute, storage, and database offerings that can host Cassandra clusters. We now will discuss about three replicated Cassandra cluster architecture, that is distributed design, data replication, scalability. Now we'll discuss about the distributed design. The Cassandra cluster is designed with a distributed architecture allowing for high availability and fault tolerance. Now, data replication. Data is replicated across the nodes to ensure redundancy and improve read-write performance. Scalability. The cluster can be easily scaled by adding more nodes to handle increasing data and throughput requirements. Now we will discuss about deployment scenarios. We'll have three deployment scenarios, that is on-premises, EC2 instances, AWS management services. Deploying the Cassandra cluster on dedicated hardware within the organization's data center, EC2 instance. Hosting the Cassandra cluster on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, EC2, with virtual machines. AWS managed services. Utilizing AWS managed services like Amazon Key Spaces for Apache Cassandra to host the Cassandra cluster. Matrices. Throughput, latency, availability, durability. Now we'll discuss about throughput. The number of read or write operations the Cassandra cluster can handle per second. Latency, the limit it takes for the Cassandra cluster to respond to the read or write request. Availability, the percentage of the time Cassandra cluster is accessible and able to service request. Durability, the ability of the Cassandra cluster to preserve and protect data against the loss of corruption. Experimental setup, test environment, data collection, and test environment, workload generation, data collection. Test environment. The Cassandra cluster will be deployed and tested in various scenarios on AWS infrastructure. Workload generation. Industry standard tested benchmarking tools will be used to simulate realistic read or write workloads. Data collection. Comprehensive performance materials will be gathered and analyzed. Yay! Experimental setup, test environment, workload generation, data collection. The Cassandra cluster will be deployed and tested in various scenarios under AWS architecture. Workload generation. Industry standard benchmarking tools will be used to simulate realistic read and write workloads. Data collection. Comprehensive performance materials will be gathered and analyzed to evaluate the scenarios. Deployment scenario evaluation. On-premises EC2 instances, AWS managed services. On-premises Cassandra cluster deployed on dedicated hardware in the organization data center. Cassandra cluster hosted on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, EC2 virtual machines. AWS Managed Services calendar cluster deployed using AWS Managed Services in Amazon Key Spaces. Now we will discuss now we will discuss about performance analysis in NoSQL database. Throughput, comparing the read-write throughput of the different deployment scenarios. Latency, analysis the response time for request in the various development, deployment configuration, availability, evaluating the uptime and accessibility of Cassandra cluster of each scenario, durability, accessing in the ability to protect the preserved data in different deployment models. Deployment scenario, compression, flexibility. On-premises offers more control while cloud services provide greater flexibility, scalability. Cloud-based deployment can scale more easily to meet growing demands. Cost on-premises incurs higher upfront cost while cloud services have a pay-as-you-go model. Now we discuss at the last conclusions and recommendation. Optimal deployment, cost-effective scalability and reliability. Optimal deployment based on the performance evaluation, the AWS managed services deployment of Cassandra cluster is the recommended solution. Cost-effective, the pay-as-you-go model has of AWS managed services provides a more cost-effective solutions compared to the on-premises or EC2 instances. Scalability and reliability. AWS Managed Services offers seamless scalability and high availability, ensuring the Cassandra cluster can handle growing data and throughput requirements. Thank you for watching. Please do like my video. Thank you.